Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to our Canucks GM mode. So, in last episode, we simmed the remainder of the season, and we have won our first ever President's Trophy. We're up here against the Winnipeg Jets in round number 1, and yeah, let's see if we can get back to that Stanley Cup, or get to our first Stanley Cup final, I believe, and get that cup, because we need that cup right now, because we have a lot of people that are going to be free agents probably this season. So Game 1 on home ice. We have the home ice for the entire playoffs, which is very good. We need that really much going into it, but we let in a goal less than a minute in. And after one, it is a 2-2 game, so this might be a bit of an offensive series as Scott Kosmachuk gets the party started for the Jets 54 seconds in. And then Anton Rodin gets the goal right back to tie it up. Owen Tippett gives us the lead, but then Kevin Hayes on that third line gets the Jets a tie game going into the second period. We only have 6 shots after one, but we have 2 goals, so we know how to beat Connor Hellebuyck, it seems, which is very good. And yeah, let's continue. Second period, 3-3. So this is definitely a pretty even series. As the Jets gain the lead, Luke Green, and then Jacob Vrana with 6 seconds left in the period ties the game up. So and now we're out shooting them, which is kind of crazy because we only had 6 shots in the first period. Means we put up almost another 20 shots in the second. So let's have a good third period and hopefully get the lead. But Sven Berchi, the former Canuck, giving the Jets the lead. Come on, guys, we can answer back right away. We did it for the other 2 periods where both of us scored power play, and we do not score. Come on, guys, we only have like 5 minutes left. Oh, there we go. Nick Ehlers and the Jets are going to take game 1 from us on home ice. So, 1 second left. See, if Nick Ehlers didn't score that one with 5 minutes left, we would have just tied the game up with 1 second left. Bo Horvat, man, trying to give his team some momentum going into the next game. So, let's just take a look at this. So, Rodin from Yossi and Wyman, Tippett from Theodore, Vrana from Wyman and Rodin, and Bo Horvat from Patrick and Yossi. So that was not the greatest first game. We scored a lot, but we still lost. And since we won the President's Trophy during the regular season, we need to somehow win in the playoffs, as hard as it is, because it's very hard to get a team to win the President's Trophy and the Cup at the same time. So yeah, let's just waste no time and get into game number 2. Since we scored a lot in the first game, it shouldn't be that bad to get a lot of goals in the second game. So first period, and we got 2 in the first again, so 2-1 after one Rudolph Balcers, and then Kevin Hayes ties it up for them, but then Mikhail Albin with his first ever playoff goal, and we have a 2-1 lead after 1 second period, and we have a 3-1 lead now as Jake Virtanen giving us a little insurance going into the third. We're out shooting them 21-16. Let's continue with the simulation, and that's not what we want to have happen. Sven Berchi makes it 3-2 in the third period. That's his second third period goal, I believe, this series. Hopefully we could just lock this down, get an insurance marker. 5 minutes left in the game. And we are going to lock it down and tie the series, head back to Winnipeg. So that's what I wanted to have happen. We limited them only to 2 goals this game, and we still scored a pretty decent amount of goals. So let's just check the player stats again. So Balcers from Stetcher, Albeline from Kane and Ewell Evie, and Virtanen from Kane and Albeline. So Kane and Albeline playing good in that game, and Demko as well. So yeah, I think I'm not going to change anything with the lines going into Winnipeg. If we lose this game by like a big score, then maybe I will, but for now, let's just keep the lines the same. So we also have to focus on the AHL playoffs, as they are getting ready to start that up in like a couple days, it looks like. So game number 3 in Winnipeg. We need to steal one of their games since they stole one of ours. First period, and that is what I wanted to have happen. We've had very good first periods in this series, as we have a 3-0 lead after 1, as Fiala from like in the middle of the ice, and then from right near that same spot, Bo Horvat, and right from that other same spot, you got Mikhail Albeline. So our 2 of our top centers, and then Fiala is one of our top wingers. So great first period, 3 goals on 10 shots. we know how to beat Hellbuck, it seems like. Second period, and we have a 5-1 lead now. Owen Tippett makes it 4-0. Horvat gets his second to make it 5-0. And then Nick Ehlers giving the Jets some life, but they're down by 4 goals going into the third, and Yul Levy beats Hellbuck at 6-1. Luke Green gets one right back for the Jets, but it's 6-2, and Sven Berchi makes it 6-3. Another third period goal for Sven Berchi, so we got to watch that guy in the third. Seems like he likes to come through in the clutch. Power play, no dice, but we should have this game, and we are going to take a 2-1 series lead. So our offense has been explosive in this playoffs, scoring 4 in the first, I think it was, or 4 goals in the first game, 3 in the second game, and then 6 in this game. So we've already scored like 13 goals in the playoffs, so there's other players that's a lot of goals in that game, so I'm not going to read them all. 3 stars, Bo Horvat got 3 points, Fiala had 4 points, nice load of assists too, and then Nick Schmaltz for them. And yeah, Evander Kane's losing Maracas of his ice time. See, I knew he was going to be pissed off. He's on the second line though, I thought. I think it's just because he's not on the power play that he's getting pissed off, but he's still got the decent stats. It's just dropping off. Like, maybe I could put him on the first line. But Fiala's been great in the playoffs, and we'll see how that works out. Hopefully he doesn't get too angry that he just, like, blows up, and then he kind of drags the team down with him. So, let's continue with the simulation. That's the only line change I'm going to make, just because I don't want him pissing off the entire team. He is going to be gone for sure, though, this offseason, So game number 4 against the Jets. Let's see if we could take a 3-1 stranglehold going back home. So first period, and wow, another great first period for us. Is Hellbuck has just been shit in the series for the Jets. Virtanen gets the party started, and then Bitten with 2 goals, and then Albeling with another one. So we have a 4-0 lead after the first period. Only 4 goals. Our 4 goals on 11 shots. Jets get none on 16. Second period, and still 4-0, so a nice defensive period just to maintain the lead. Going into the third, let's just make sure we lock this down. Samuel Bitten gets his first ever hat trick is in the playoffs. Nick Schmaltz breaks Demko's shutout, but it's still a 5-1 lead for us. Power play, and we get another one. Troy Stetcher makes it 6-1, so yeah, the Jets defense is just it wasn't that good overall wise, and that's probably why we're destroying it. I don't know if it's their goaltending, because Hellbuck's just not been playing good for them at all. So a lot of goals again. Benton with 3 of them. Definitely going to get first star, I would assume. Yeah, Benton gets first star. Brandon gets second star with 3 assists. And then Thatcher Demko gets the third star with a great performance in net. So we have definitely scored a lot of goals in this series. As you can see, 8 goals in the first 2 games and then 12 in the next 2. So we've scored already 20 goals in the playoffs. And have already only conceded 10 goals. So we're basically, doubling our goals against. So AHL loses the first game in the playoffs against Rochester 6-3. Game number 5. Let's see if we could move on to the second round with a win against the Jets on home ice. So first period, and we get another first period goal. Only 1, but still Evander Kane comes through. Even though he's losing more because of his ice time, he just takes a nice shot from the half boards, and we have a 1-0 lead. Second period, and the Jets get 2. So Laine and Morrissey coming through, and Winnipeg needs to get an insurance goal if they want to win, but we need to get back in this game in the third. I don't know how our third periods have been. We've led a lot of goals, I think, in the third period, but we've scored a lot in the other period. So, come on, guys. There you go. Shea Theodore ties the game up at 2. Power play, and Shea Theodore again, and we have the lead. Will Shea Theodore single-handedly take down the Winnipeg Jets? And yes, he will, and the Vancouver Canucks are off to round 2. That's a very good first round. We lost the first game, but then we won 4 in a row, and we are on a tear. So there's the player stats. So let's just take the 3 stars for that. So Shea Theodore, Nolan Patrick, and Thatcher Demko. So very good first round of the playoffs. Who are we going to be up against in round number 2? So Evander Kane, I think, just said he was losing, or he gained more out because of his ice time now. So we're just going to keep him on the first line. We've still won a lot of games with him on the first line too. So AHL team wins the next game by a score of 3-0. So our AHL team has to win 2 more games to go into the next round, while our NHL team is getting ready to see who they have to face. Hopefully we don't have to face Colorado, because that Vasilevsky trade might come back to bite me. And yeah, so the AHL team wins again 3-2 and is 1 win away from round number 2. And will they get on? No, they won't. It goes to a game 5. And we're up against the Arizona Coyotes in round number 2. I think last year they went to the Stanley Cup Finals, I believe. Yeah, I think it was last year they went to Stanley Cup Finals against Dallas, but Dallas gets eliminated in the first round by Andrei Vasilevsky and the Colorado Avalanche. So if we win this series, hypothetically, we either face St. Louis or Colorado. And if we have to play Colorado, we play against Vasilevsky. If we play against St. Louis, we have to play against that Dynamite team with Tarasenko and all that sort of thing. In the East, you got the Washington Capitals, who we've made a trade with. Granlund's over there. New Jersey as well, Toronto, and Florida. So let's take a look at the player stats for round number 1 from our team, and then that will be it for this episode. So player stats. So Nolan Patrick leading us in points so far in the playoffs with 6 points in 5 games, all assists. Then you got Fiala with 5, Alvin with 5, Virtanen with 5, Theodore with 5, Horvat 5, and Yossi with 5. So it's our point production is spread out nice throughout the entire team. A lot of point per game players. The worst one being Tate Olson, who was 0 points, but he was a +5. We do have some minus players on the team, which is the top lines somehow, or one of the top lines, the third or second line. It's kind of surprising. Let's see, defensively or goaltending wise, let's see, Demko 2.61 goals against average, 4-1-0, 904 save percentage. So once again, he's not got the greatest goal against and save percentage, but he's coming through with wins, which is the most important part. Let's just take a look at the other playoff teams. So let's see how Granlund's been playing in the playoffs. I think he was a right winger, right? Or was he a center? Oh, there he is. So Granlund's only got 1 point in the playoffs so far, so he's not really contributing to the Capitals playoff run, but and he's a -4, so I'm glad that we kind of got rid of him, even though he was a very good player with us for many years. And then Andrei Vasilevsky, let's take a look at his stats. And we want to go goaltending. So Vasilevsky 4-1-0, 1.91 goals against average in 5 games, and 938 save percentage. So somehow the Colorado Avalanche managed to take down Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn in 5 games, just like what we did with the Winnipeg Jets. So currently I wish I would have kept Vasilevsky and maybe got rid of Demko just because of his goals against average, but Demko still came through with wins, and that's what matters most. So anyways, guys, I know this has been a bit of a shorter episode, but that's going to be it for round 1 of the playoffs. So next episode, we will go into round number 2 against Arizona. I'll show the lines at the start of that episode instead. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.